Hey, I'm Sharon, faith-led, fired up, and here to talk purpose, release, and your next assignment. This is not another self-help channel. This is where we activate unapologetically. So I want to share, no one saw this coming, and it changed everything for me. That event, you have many in your life, life-changing, but this one was really the one that flipped the script. People think my story started when I had my stroke and the recovery from that, despite being miraculous after being told I would never walk again, and I was given the gift of being able to walk. That wasn't it. No one saw this one coming, but this is the one that really changed the moment for me. At 32, I was chasing the next chapter, a new chapter. Going back to school, planning it all out. I had my future, my life, all planned out. And then I got the flu, or so I thought. I was pregnant, and very unexpectedly. The surprise gift that just keeps on surprising. The biological father chose to walk away, leaving me to do this on my own. Of course, I thought I had family, but my parents also shut the door, furious with the pregnancy. Friends who I thought would be there, they all scattered and disappeared, and suddenly I was very alone with a decision to make. I wasn't just lonely, it was crushing. Everything I thought I had under control was gone. But in the silence, one thing stayed very consistent and became my dearest friend. And he gave me his greatest gift. Yes, I'm talking about God and his word. No, this is not a Bible beating. You got to do this. Just hear me out, listen to my story. 2 scriptures really shaped my life. A mentor who was actually my boss at the time shared these scriptures, and I wasn't in a place wanting to receive them at all. But I took them, and one was Genesis, you're made in the image of God, and another one in Psalm, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. To be transparent, I love the Bible, but I don't know all the addresses. At the time, I could barely believe those words. I couldn't look in the mirror. I was ashamed, lost in running. I actually hadn't been able to look at myself in the mirror for a long time. I just kept on running, not even sure what I was running from. But I read these verses every day, not in the Bible, but on an index card. And slowly those verses didn't just comfort me, they broke the shame off of me. It was the beginning. It wasn't the beginning of my healing, but of releasing. I had been in therapy for years and years, which is probably why the pregnancy shocked my parents. And this is why I created the release method. I tried to change by doing things and doing them differently, but it didn't work because surface level shifts can't fix root level wounds. I had been in therapy, as I said, and learned all kind of interventions, wound up becoming a therapist myself, not at this point. God didn't ask me to perform. He invited me to be purged, to be still and go deep. And I had 9 months to do it. Once I made the decision to move forward with the pregnancy, I needed the support I could get, and it was him. Another reason why I created the release method. Not to give you something else to do, not another course, but a bold, faith-led, really faith-fueled blueprint that will change how you walk through life. To release, rewiring the brain, and receiving, being able to discern what's next. It's how I stopped circling and started stepping into truth, into purpose, into overflow. This isn't about what's broken or fixing what's broken. It's about becoming the woman God wanted you to be. In my story, and I speak of my story a lot, I wrote the book, Unstoppable Sass, Struggles to Strength, telling the whole story. I had become so addicted to a life just fueled by chaos, drama. I did have traumatic events happen in my life that I had to do therapy and receive the interventions. But I found that starting on top of layering and just putting new stuff, new interventions, new behaviors on top don't really do the work. You have to go in and really play detective and discover where the faulty thinking started. It doesn't mean that you have to jump into the pool of healing and sit there forever. It's really pretty quick, and that's another reason I created the release method. The release, even though I named it that, is because it's critical, but that's only one part. The largest part that we spend time doing together in this course is really, in all my work, the rewiring of the mind. I was successful at doing it in my own story, and you are going to be able to do it. And I teach it in this course, I do it in my one-on-one work, and I give tools when I speak. And that's really why I want you to come back here, because I am going to continue doing this and sharing these pieces with you. So if you're tired of circling, feeling like, oh my God, I've been in pain, I've been in therapy, and I fixed that, but then it comes back, it illuminates that there's a pattern. Something's going on and you're addicted to something. Doesn't mean you're wrong, you're bad, or your world is bad. What is we've become so formulated, imprinted, and comfortable in what we know to be our norm, we draw more of that in. I know that sounds like manifesting a law of energy, and believe it or not, even though I'm faith-based, there are parts of that I will be teaching here. But for right now, I want you to like, follow, share, keep tuning in here. Really start thinking about your story. I always say, why not go back to the first one, the birth story? Next week I'll be sharing a little bit about that when I come here. But this is the place where we don't swim in healing, we work in activation. We release the old, rewire our mind for new lens to look at the world, and then we're able, and only then are we able to receive with that next assignment. Stay tuned. I'm going to come on and do a little blurb about when I say assignments, what I'm meaning about. But I'm so happy you're here, and follow the channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Sassy Soul Sharon. Check out my link tree, and I look forward to sharing with you and unleashing and activating your next assignment.